let's start our lesson. So good afternoon, girls and boys, and of course our participants. So I'm very glad to see you at our open lesson. So, and now I want to start the lesson. Okay, so first of all, questions. Can you answer for the question, what date is it today?
Today is the 20th October.
Okay, what week of the day?
Today is Wednesday.
Okay, good job, thank you. So today we will talk about prediction and prevention of natural disasters. And every day, yes, you know that we hear about disasters that happen on our planet. And of course, they damage our fields, it destroy our field, yes, and damage our houses. So now I have a question for you. Have you heard about hurricanes before? So can you do this activity? Share with your opinion. Okay. So I see that all of you have some information about hurricanes, am I right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So what kind of information do you know about hurricanes? What can you say?
May I
answer? Кто-то, please.
Hurricane is a natural disaster where the storm on high speed destroys everything. I heard that hurricane in Kazakhstan was solved recently. Roofs, trees, and other objects were ruined with a strong wind.
Yes, you are right. Good. Any more information? Who wants to share?
A hurricane is a very strong wind with a speed of more than 42 meters per second.
Yes, you are right. Good job. Thank you. So let's go further. So our lesson objectives today is to describe the natural disasters and their influences of people's lives. Then you will practice active vocabulary for discussing prediction and prevention of natural disasters. Then we will answer the questions about natural disasters and discuss the video material about Hurricane Katrina, and then do some exercises of it. So what kind of materials do you need for class? So they are students' book. So I think you have workbook, laptop, mobile phones, internet connection, and of course, vocabulary. So where you can make a note. So let's get started. So now you will work in a group. So you should watch the pictures, 3D pictures. The first group will discuss about the hurricane. The second group will discuss about earthquake. And the third group will discuss about drought. So you should explore about these natural disasters and answer how they influence to people's life, to community, to property, forests, and houses, okay? So, is it clear?
Yes. Yes.
You
Okay.
can open your pictures. So the first group. So here you can see the hurricanes. Mhm. So you can move the picture. So I'll give you about 7 minutes to finish, and then you will discuss and present to your classmates. So do you need a help?
No, thanks.
Okay. So you have 3 minutes to finish, and then I will check. One more minute. Okay, are you ready for it to reply?
Yes.
Okay, the first group, please start.
May I?
Please, Dasman.
There was a very terrible hurricane. Like after hurricane, the tree fall.
What else?
May I?
Ахтоте, please continue.
This natural disaster comes from the wind. I think, as we can see, broken trunk lays on the ground. This is strong tree, so the force that could bring down such a heavy object must be very powerful.
Okay, good job. Okay.
On the photo, we can see what hurricane leaves behind yourself. So it's like a broken trees and another stuff.
Okay, how does the hurricane influence on men? What do you think? On community?
Can you repeat, please? I don't heard.
Speak loudly, please, Bernard.
I can't heard the question.
Okay. Any more ideas?
Ask the question again.
So how does the hurricane influence on man's life or to the property or community?
I think that hurricane destroys everything on the ways, like homes, houses, buildings, and so on. But on the man's life, I think that hurricane can bring bad consequences.
Yes. Okay, good. Thank you, the first group. Okay, what about the second group? Are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Please present.
I want to say what an earthquake is. So,
Mhm.
an earthquake is a shaking of the surface of the earth resulting from a sudden release of energy in the Earth's lithosphere that creates seismic waves.
Mhm.
In the consequences of the earthquake, most of the buildings was destroyed. We also that there are remnants of the earthquake on the ground.
Mhm. Good.
For example, I think the biggest earthquake was Chile, and is a Great Chile earthquake. As a result, the earthquake killed about 6,000 people. After the earthquake, there was also tsunami.
Also tsunami. Okay, maybe. Good. Okay, what about the third group? So you have to speak about drought, yes? Sabina, please.
This picture shows us like drought, and that drought occurs due to lack of water.
Okay, any more ideas?
Droughts make a hunger. Also, it provides too little water for growing food crops. Drought make wildfires, such as wildfire in Australia. It become more common during droughts and can lead to loss of life of people.
Okay, thank you. Continue.
The sun's rays have dried up rivers and lakes from lack of water to the ditch of animals.
Okay, thank you for your answers. So let's go further. Now let's get acquaintance with new vocabulary from the topic. So here you have 9 new words such declared, and here you can see the definition of these words and of course translation. So declared, it means openly or formally asserted or announced. Evacuated, I think you know the meaning of this word. Under street, so there is a danger that something unpleasant might be done to them, to the people. Then came ashore. So try to remember the pronunciation of these words, okay? So it means someone or something that comes ashore, comes from the sea onto the shore. And the next word, smashed. So smashed, it means violently or badly broken or shattered. The next word, the elderly. So it means old or aging. The next, begging. I think you know what does it mean. Looting, steal goods from a place, for example. So typically during a war or riot. And the last word, cope. So cope, it deal effectively with something difficult. Now your task will be make up 3 sentences with this new vocabulary. So I think that 3 minutes will be enough. So have you finished? Girls, boys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, who wants to start?
May
May I?
Sabina, please.
Many people were evacuated after the disaster. The buildings smashed after earthquake.
Good.
Elderly people felt bad before the hurricane.
Okay, good job. Any more students? Madina, please.
After the great earthquake, all buildings were smashed. During a fire in the forest, many animals and people were under the street.
On the street.
All people are evacuated when there is a natural disaster to a safe place.
Okay, thank you. Good job. Кто-то, please.
I chose three words such as declare, evacuated, and smashed. They declare us about the lost purse in the airport, so they forbade us to go out of the airport. The second one, yesterday she heard that one of the most dangerous places population located under the mountain was evacuated because of the landslide. The third, the airplane that flew out today unfortunately was smashed up near to the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, good job, well done. Thank you.
May
May I?
Dina, please.
firefighters quickly evacuate people from the building. She had the skill to cope with a difficult job.
Good, thank
May
you.
I?
Danyar?
After natural disasters, begging rates in countries increased as people lost their homes. While running, his phone fell on the asphalt and he saw a smashed screen.
Good
In
job.
the Middle Ages, bandits attacked villages and looted peasants.
Okay, thank you. Good. Dilara, please.
Okay.
2 windows were smashed, slightly injuring some passengers. All foreigners were evacuated that floor 3 years ago. I feel your mental health may be under threat.
Good, thank you.
May I?
Yasmin?
A huge tsunami almost swept out the entire city and smashed all buildings. As soon as the first earthquake signs appeared, people were evacuated from the shopping center. During a drought, plants and animals were under threat of losing water.
Okay, thank you. Good job, girls.
Can I
Please.
answer?
Okay, please,
Okay.
Bernard.
Several families were evacuated from their homes because of hurricane. A lot of people begging on the streets around the world. John smashed his car because he was drunk.
Okay, well done. Thank you, students. So now, let's do the next task. So on the next slides, you will watch the video materials about Hurricane Katrina. And after watching, we will discuss and analyze it. That's why please watch this video carefully. Okay, let me start.
Hurricane Katrina, the tragedy of New Orleans. On Tuesday, the 23rd of August, 2005, a tropical storm formed over the Bahamas. By the 25th of August, the storm had strengthened and become Hurricane Katrina. Residents of the city of New Orleans had no idea that within days their city would be hit by one of the worst disasters in US history. Hurricane Katrina was one of the most powerful storms that has ever hit the Atlantic coast, with winds of over 270 kilometers per hour. When the eye of the storm missed the city by about 72 kilometers, everyone thought the worst was over, but they were very wrong. New Orleans has always been under threat from flooding, being surrounded by the Mississippi River and Lake Pontchartrain. with most of the city meters below sea level. A series of high walls called levees protected it. As the hurricane came ashore, it brought an 8-meter-high storm surge that smashed through the levees. Over 1 million residents had already left the city, but tens of thousands, mainly the elderly and the poor, were in temporary shelters. As the waters rose, people were begging for help on roofs. Emergency services struggled to cope. Eventually, the military and the National Guard moved into the city and began to get food and water to the desperate few that remained. After 43 days, Army engineers pumped the last of the floodwater out of the city. These days, New Orleans is making a slow recovery. The city has improved the levees, the community is rebuilding itself, and everyone is working hard to make sure that nothing like this will ever happen again.
Okay, did you understand the video? Is it clear?
Yes, we did.
So then let's discuss this video. How did Hurricane Katrina affect New Orleans? What do you think?
Can I?
Danyar, please.
The hurricane destroyed many buildings, claimed lives and homes of many people, and all of this led to an increase of begging and poverty.
Yes, you are right. Any more ideas?
Hurricane
A lot of
Katrina.
people lost their lives.
Their lives, yes.
People learned about the danger of nature.
Yes, good job. So the next question. Which piece of information affected you most about Hurricane Katrina? So give your own idea.
May I?
Кто-то, please.
The fifth piece were almost 1,500 people had lost their lives because of Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans alone. I think that it's a pity. So many lives were broken in time.
Yes, you're right. Okay. So now we have the test about the video, and let's do this task orally, okay? So who wants to read the first question and choose a suitable variant? Please, Asta.
On 23rd August 2005, a tropical storm formed over the Bahamas.
Yes, the correct answer is yes, formed over the Bahamas. Yes, you are right. Thank you. The second question.
May I?
Dilara, please.
Hurricane Katrina hit the Atlantic coast with winds of the 270 kilometers per hour.
Yes, you are right. Good job. The third one.
May I?
Bernard.
The storm surge in New Orleans raised the sea level of the city.
Yes, you are right. The fourth question.
May I?
May
Dina, please.
1 million residents left after it hit.
1 million residents left after it hit. Yes, you are right. And the last question.
May
Madina, please.
May
In New Orleans, 43 days after the hurricane hit, electricians pumped out the last of the flood water.
Flood water. Yes, you are right. Variant C. Good. Thank you. So here you should match the words in bold in the video with their meanings. So broke, what does it mean? Who knows?
May I?
Yasmin?
Smashed.
Smashed. Yes, you are right. The second, manage.
Cope.
Manage, it means cope. Okay, good. The next one. Moved from the sea to land. The synonym of this definition.
Come ashore.
Come ashore, yes, you're right. The next.
Sending people to a place of safety, it's evacuating.
Evacuating, yes, you are right. The next. Old people.
The elderly.
The elderly.
The elderly, yes, you are right. In danger.
Under threat.
How?
Under threat.
On the street, yes, you are right. The next. Asking anxiously. What does it mean?
Maybe.
How?
Begging.
Begging, yes, you are right. The next, still.
Looting.
Looting, yes, and announced.
Declared.
Declared. Yes, you are right. So the next task. So your task is fill in the blanks. So do this task individually.
Okay.
And then I will check your score. Taner, Bernard. Okay, can you see your mistakes? So please try to finish. Good, Dilara. So we don't have lots of time, that's why try to finish. Okay, now let's check your answers. So here you had to work with new words and put them in the suitable sentences. So I see that some of you has a low mark. So that's why try to work with vocabulary, okay?
Okay.
So the next task, let's do reflection. So now you should answer the question, what is one thing you learned about hurricanes? So here you can draw a picture or write something down. So here we can see how students submit their answers. Okay. So we don't have a lot of time. Our lesson is almost over. So that is why after lesson, I will check your answers in this application. Now, please write down your homework. So you should write down essay about what problems do people have after natural disasters. So at least you should have 100 to 120 words. And here you can see assessment criteria. So use active vocabulary that we taught today during the lesson. Then use linking words to show the coherence of the essay. So that is all. Do you have any questions?
No.
About the lesson?
No.
Okay, is everything clear? Did you have any new information from the lesson?
Yes.
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 Okay, thank you for the lesson. You have a rest. Okay, goodbye.
Okay.
Bye, teacher.
So, bye bye.
Bye.